Strange things happen to the world around us. The day before yesterday, they passed you with a chilly indifference, their comments slicing through your self-assurance like a brisk winter wind. At this very moment, the very same voices are arguing loudly and vehemently all over you. During your absence, they have accumulated storms, hurricanes of regret that are wildly out of control and spinning out of control. You should take a look at them now. The very people who disregarded your value and who drove you to the margins of society have now become ardent supporters of your cause. The sound of their voices can be heard far above the din. We were wrong about them. As they struggle for your notice with an unexpected level of fervor, desperate to change the story that they helped construct via their participation. Not everyone is happy with this new development. Faces darken with resentment can be seen throughout the battlefield of opinion. These other individuals watch with narrowed eyes as your erstwhile tormentors become your advocates. Why should we defend them at this time? They murmur, feeling uneasy about your rising prominence and feeling threatened by your victory, which you have not spoken about. The sound of your name can be heard throughout social media platforms, in text messages, and in heated arguments that take place at street sides and in coffee shops. The people who have harmed you are now engaged in a struggle over you. This shift in the balance of power is something that those who have benefited from your exclusion are not happy about, and they are standing up for you with a startling level of conviction. You are merely present, observing from a distance, while your presence transforms into both a battlefield and a prize. The irony is not lost on you. They did not see your value until someone else did. There has been a change in the cosmic tides, and the scales of the universe are now tilted back in your favor. All that you are experiencing, Chosen One, is not a coincidence. Rather, it is the unfolding of divine orchestration in just the way that it was predicted. The energy conveys profound meaning. Those individuals who have disregarded you rush to restore their position within your world. The power that you have fostered in quiet has become indisputable, and they are able to detect and feel their presence. They have begun to awaken. Those individuals who had before disregarded your light are now returning to your flame like moths in a state of desperation. Observe your surroundings and take note of the fact that they are hiding on the periphery of your existence, looking for methods to re-enter your domain. Those who previously considered your presence to be elective are now acknowledging that it is necessary. And somebody who has been responsible for putting you in a difficult situation has experienced a spiritual awakening. When they broke your confidence, they were able to expand their consciousness to the point where they could realize the extent of what they had sacrificed. Your energy is imprinted on their spirit every morning when they wake up, and every night as they lie awake, they are confronted with the immensity of the error they have made. The forces of the cosmos have come together to disclose to them the full value that you possess. Your absence has fundamentally changed their spiritual DNA, and this change is irreversible. The gap that you leave behind reverberates your worth into their whole being on a regular basis. Previously, they were only able to see shards of your light. However, today, they are able to see the entire spectrum of your heavenly brightness blazing over their mind. The things that they considered to be commonplace are now regarded as spectacular, and the things that they had previously taken for granted are now regarded as priceless. Your unquestionable significance in the cosmic order has been brought to their attention by the cosmos, which has erased their spiritual blindness and forced them to see what has always been in front of them. There are specific patterns that the universe follows. The people who are not ready for your frequency are now preoccupied with the things that they have lost. Because of your absence, they have created a hole that smaller energies are unable to fill. They made an effort to replace you with hollow substitutes, but they did not succeed because they discovered that your one-of-a-kind vibration is still unparalleled in this level of existence. Take a look at how well they are doing now. The one who was unable to commit, who toyed with your energy as if it were limitless and always accessible, now regards you as whole, complete, and self-sufficient. It is too late for them to realize that you have never needed their validation. Rather, they have required yours. You are here for a reason. If you feel the call, answer it. Click Join to unlock exclusive content, deep insights, and a powerful community. This isn't just a membership, it's an awakening. Step into your divine purpose. Join the chosen. Warfare breaks out in the shadows where your energy is being used. It has been determined where the spiritual battle lines will be drawn. Your name will cause turmoil in rooms that you do not even occupy. You are now being defended by the person who harmed you in the past, and they are challenging anyone who has the audacity to speak against you. The others around them are perplexed by their turnaround, asking, why would you protect someone you had previously harmed? However, they are unable to comprehend the spiritual awakening that has taken place, as well as the manner in which your energy continues to exert an influence on realms that are beyond your physical presence. While your former connection is defending your honor against those who try to discredit you, conflict breaks out between the two of you. They correct misunderstandings, fight misleading narratives, and put their status in specific circles at risk in order to guarantee that your name is accorded the respect it merits because of their efforts. In a way that other people are unable to fathom, this protector is aware of the truth about your essence. The individuals who are observing things develop are filled with jealousy. The waves of bad energy that they throw at you are an attempt to destroy the tranquility that you have. They are unable to comprehend the fact that someone would fight for you with such extreme fervor after having caused you sorrow in the past. They are unable to comprehend the tremendous changes that take place between souls due to the limited vision they possess. From this point on, the person who previously betrayed you will cut off all connections with anyone who refuses to accept your value. They break links with precision, set boundaries with people who talk poorly of you, and cleanse their area of energies that clash with yours through the process of establishing boundaries. This excruciating procedure acts as their atonement. It is a necessary purification that must take place before they can once again have access to your light. Those who once criticized your brilliance are now causing division among themselves because of the intensity of your light, which is so blinding. They try to conceal their eyes because they are unable to deny what is in front of them. Rather than taking place in the realms of the physical, the battles take place in the realms of the spiritual, where energy speaks louder than words. The cosmic shift exhibits itself on a daily basis. It is possible that someone who has harmed you is deliberately working to prevent others from spreading negative tales about your character. Rather than allowing gossip to spread, they divert conversations and confront assumptions that are not true. The sudden appearance of their function as your guardian is perplexing to people who have seen them betray you in the past. Your energy field is surrounded by heavenly soldiers that are arranged in a formation. This confrontation between the supernatural and the supernatural causes the spiritual atmosphere to spark with electricity. Your soul contract is significant, and ancient forces have recognized its significance and are mobilizing to ensure that it is fulfilled. Those that attacked your character in the past are now facing resistances that are not visible to them to defend themselves. In the event that they make an effort to minimize you, their words become shaky, their plans become disjointed, and their goals disperse like ashes in the winds of chaos. It has been stated by the spiritual realms that the protection of you is a priority in the order of the universe. As previous connections compete for positions in your orbit, a fierce conflict is raging in the background. They engage in a competition for proximity, devise strategies for approaches, and compute procedures in order to re-enter your aware state. The thing that they fail to comprehend is that your discernment has become more acute during the time that they have been absent. Now, you have a crystal-clear understanding of what motivates people. A void has been formed as a result of your retreat from some settings, and it has caused instability among those individuals who had taken your presence for granted. Without the stabilizing energy that you provide, many systems will collapse. Relationships will worsen without your presence as a mediator, and projects will remain stagnant without your innovative input. You are able to teach lessons that your presence could never be able to teach. It is imperative that the universe be acknowledged. There is someone who is getting ready to openly acknowledge how they have mistreated your unique heavenly essence. They approach their confession not as a show for the sake of garnering sympathy, but rather as a necessary realignment with the truth of the cosmos. They have reached a point where they are unable to keep the acknowledgement of your importance within their confidential thoughts. Any individual who speaks against you at social events should be openly challenged by your previous ties. The shift causes spectators to be startled. Those individuals who were previously involved in bringing down your light are now finding themselves muted by advocates who were not expected. It is a beautiful example of the cosmic irony that your defenders emerge from the ranks of those who were once your supporters. If you've been touched by God's goodness, don't keep it to yourself. Click Super Thank You and sow a gift of $50 or more to help spread His light. Your giving becomes a ripple of grace, blessing hearts and building His kingdom. Let His overflow pour through you. The tension that is visible amongst individuals who are competing for recognition in your life is crackling. Their rivalry creates an unsettling atmosphere in areas that are shared by multiple people. They make sure to keep an eye on each other's movements, investigate each other's intents, and carefully examine what each other has to say about you. As a result of the power battle over your attention, partnerships that were previously strong are now falling apart. Previously unified in their efforts to undermine your viewpoint, groups are now fracturing along new lines. The basis that they had in common, which was criticism of your energy, has been destroyed, leaving them with nothing to link them together. When they compete with one another for the privilege of your forgiveness, someone who was once an ally becomes an adversary. During the scramble, their actual personalities are revealed. There are those who approach with genuine regret, while others plan to create manipulative results. Because of your heightened discernment, you are able to differentiate between genuine transformations and tactical performances. Those individuals who took part in spreading rumors about your character are now subject to karmic consequences that are precisely proportional to the actions they took. It is with perfect accuracy that the universal scales are balanced. The energy that they directed towards you is returned to them in a multiplied form. As a result of the absence of the binding force that your energy provides, the social networks that previously excluded your presence collapse. Their surface-level connections are incapable of sustaining themselves in the absence of a shared objective. It is important to pay attention to the frequencies that emanate from your independence. Because of the self-sufficiency that you have developed throughout times of solitude, you now possess a magnetic pull that attracts others to return to your area of influence. They are aware that the great castle that you have constructed does not require any external support in order to stand. Those who are operating at lower vibrations are frightened by your perceptive abilities, which have been perfected in quiet. Having the ability to see beyond superficial presentations poses a challenge to the carefully manufactured facades that they have constructed. As a result of their discomfort at being seen in their true form, they withdrew from your awareness. At this moment, they have returned, eager to be viewed in their more genuine state. You gave others the opportunity to acknowledge what they gave up when they disregarded your essence through your silence, which was so strong that it was beyond measure. The absence of your voice made place for their internal dialogue to emerge. In that silent space, truth reverberated loudly that they had been unable to hear. You had to recede in order to facilitate their awakening. You're not here by chance. Feel the pull, tap join to unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership. It's your calling. Individuals who chose to remain silent during the time when you were going through a difficult time now find their voices as advocates for you. Their delayed support is not the result of manipulation, but rather of a conscience that has been awakened. Their prior passivity weighed hard upon their spirits until the defense of your character became a spiritual need. And somebody who was personally involved in the circumstances that led to your suffering is now serving as your most ardent protector. The internal reckonings that preceded this transition are not visible to outside observers. Therefore, their transformation baffles those who are observing them from the outside. Previous relationships need you to make concrete sacrifices in order to safeguard your reputation in communities where your presence is not present. The correction of misunderstandings comes at the expense of the individual. The redirection of narratives comes at the expense of their positions, and the establishment of boundaries puts their status in jeopardy. The protection that they provide for your name functions as a form of spiritual restoration. The realignment of allegiances comes as a surprise to those individuals who had expected seeing you remain isolated. The cosmic recalibration takes place at just the right moment. Those individuals who had the belief that you would continue to be emotionally detached from supportive energy are now witnessing the unexpected allies who have gathered around your essence. The universe despises imbalances that are not fair. Those individuals who had previously refused to acknowledge your worth are now made aware of your value through the employment of universal forces. Unfolding with divine perfection is the timing of events. Each revelation takes place precisely at the moment when your spiritual development makes it possible for you to properly receive it. It does not take place earlier, which could have impeded your essential growth, nor does it take place later, which could undermine your progress. When it comes to all aspects of your spiritual journey, the universal clock demonstrates an unwavering commitment to impeccable precision. In order to seek the restoration of cosmic equilibrium, people who have harmed you are compelled to acknowledge their crimes when you have a spiritual awakening. Their interior discomfort will continue to worsen until it is handled, and their spiritual development will be halted until they are reconciled. You must properly acknowledge the damage that has been done to your divine nature in order for their energy evolution to occur smoothly. There are patterns that the stars rearrange themselves in that are favorable to your fate. There is a shift in the old paths of celestial bodies so that they are in alignment with your goal. Individuals who have disregarded your light experience profound changes in their lives, including the dissolution of their stability, the evaporation of their certainty, and the shaking of their foundation of support. They are experiencing painful but purposeful awakenings to greater consciousness as a result of these interruptions, which act as vital catalysts for their spiritual development. In your experience, the universal rule of reciprocity manifests itself with a level of precision that is truly astounding. The individuals who withheld respect are now in a position where they are frantically looking for acknowledgement. Those who have excluded themselves from opportunity realize that their own prospects are limited. They are now having a difficult time finding their own voice because they restricted your expression. This time, the cosmic boomerang comes back with pinpoint precision. At this moment, the spiritual spotlight shines upon you with an unbelievably brilliant brightness. Those individuals who would rather you remain in the shadows protect their eyes from your shine. They are no longer able to diminish your light. An energy vacuum was formed as a result of your strategic withdrawal, and it is imperative that this vacuum be filled. Nature despises emptiness. Those individuals who had previously taken your presence for granted are now acutely aware of the discomfort that resulted from your absence. As you go further away, the magnetic attraction of your energy becomes more intense. Those individuals who previously distanced themselves from you are now experiencing an unexplainable pull toward your light. They are unable to understand the compulsion, provide an explanation for the attraction, or find a way to escape the gravitational force of the link that they had previously rejected. Your intuitive understanding, which is extremely precise, has been validated by the unfolding of events. Over the course of time, the events that you thought to be out of alignment have revealed their genuine nature. The linkages that you questioned have disclosed their underlying underpinnings, and the warnings that you perceived have materialized as you had anticipated they would. Those individuals who disregarded your worries are now on the receiving end of the actualization of precisely what you had anticipated, and their incredulity has transformed into astonished realization. Obtaining divine confirmation for your ability to recognize genuine goals behind superficial displays is a significant accomplishment. The disguises that you discovered have disappeared on their own accord. The performances that you recognized have come to an end. The deceptions that you perceived have manifested themselves without your assistance. Although it was traditionally considered a form of paranoia or hypervigilance, the spiritual ability of seeing beyond superficial appearances is now recognized as divine perception. Now, those who ignored your concerns and deemed your awareness to be excessive are looking for your direction, and those who dismissed your concerns are now seeking your insights. You are allowed to advance to the position that is rightfully yours as the cosmic hierarchy goes through the necessary process of rearrangement. In accordance with the divine order, those individuals who attempted to place you below them are now finding themselves in a different position. Those energies that are working at lower frequencies will show respect to you because of your elevated frequency. When they perceive the authority that comes from your genuine power, they react instinctively. They make the necessary adjustments to their strategies, adapt their expectations in a manner that is suitable, and identify the shift in dynamics without the need for explanation. The competition becomes more intense among people who are attempting to regain your favor. Through strategic positioning, prominent presentation of their best attributes, and strategic highlighting of their reforms, they secure a favorable position for themselves. Others arrive with prepared performances, while others approach with genuine contrition, altered by the realization that they have committed a transgression. Authentic transformation and strategic manipulation are two distinct concepts that can be distinguished by your trained discernment. The individuals who are denied re-entry into your energy field experience an increase in desperation. The frequency of their attempts increases, the directness of their approaches increases, and the urgency with which they deliver their messages grows. It is their yearning for resolution that is more important than the pride that had previously kept them apart. Be sure to observe them as they give up their previous locations in order to go closer to your light. Watch how they break away from previous partnerships in order to align themselves with your energy. It is important to take note when they shift priorities in order to meet your expectations. At this cosmic crossroads of decision-making, you find yourself. Your control over the power of choice is still very much in your hands. There is no outside authority that can decide which path is best for your maximum progress. Every possibility that is presented to you is equally valid. All of the decision-making authority lies only in your understanding. The process of your inner healing has brought about the attraction of fresh opportunities that are exactly in tune with your genuine vibration. The occurrence of these opportunities coincides with the pinnacle of your readiness. Those individuals who had before disregarded your value are now able to observe your improvement from a distance. As you obtain everything that was previously withheld from you, they watch as you attract connections that were previously denied to you, and they take note as you access chances that were before blocked to you. The fact that they are witnesses is an essential component of the cosmic equilibrium. This is the point at which the cosmic orchestration reaches its perfection. Everybody assumes the positions that have been assigned to them, and the energies align in accordance with the divine arrangement. Every detail of the scene plays out just as it was intended by a universal intellect that is beyond the comprehension of humans. The individuals who have harmed you are now occupying the precise stations that are necessary for your spiritual progress. Some of them serve as cautionary examples, while others serve as witnesses to transformation, and all of them are essential contributors to your evolution. Not a single thing is thrown away, nothing is unnecessary, and nothing has no function. Your journey continues along the special path that has been established for your particular spiritual development. Exactly where you should be in the cosmic arrangement, you are positioned correctly for your ongoing progress. You are surrounded by precisely the energies that are necessary for your advancement, and you are facing precisely the direction that is necessary for your divine mission. There is no such thing as a coincidence when it comes to your placement. Everything happens according to plan, including your plan, your purpose, and your destiny. In this moment, those who have harmed you are now competing for your attention and fighting for your honor. There are many who are unhappy with this change, and you, unfathomably powerful, watch everything unfold from your exalted vantage point, which is precisely where you should be in the divine orchestration of cosmic justice.